And now we are joined by Grandmaster Luke McShane from Werder Bremen. He played a very exciting game against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave from the OSG Baden-Baden, and very kind, he prepared a quick analysis of the game for us.
Sure. Okay, I started with knight f3 actually. c5, c4, knight f6, takes, knight c6. So, such things are, everything is kind of normal. I played knight b5, e5, bishop g3, bishop e6, castles, d takes c4, queen a4, a6, rook d1, queen e7. Okay, it's quite a sharp opening, but it soon kind of settles down into a bit more of a normal position. So bishop takes e5, castles, takes, knight d4, takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, and bishop d5. And okay, I think the opening was a small surprise for my opponent. I was reasonably happy. I mean, white has, some chances maybe, but black's bishop on d5 is extremely strong, so there is no big reason for optimism, but it's an interesting position. I played rook e1. Well, it's a natural question whether to put the other rook on e1. The drawback to putting the other rook on e1 is that it's a bit difficult to protect the rook. For example, if black plays rook e8, well, the pin is a little bit uncomfortable. When I play my rook on d1 to e1, then I allow my queen to return to d1, and that allows me to play bishop f3 later. So, for example, rook e8, queen d1, and there is no way for black to stop the move bishop f3. So he played queen d6, and here I played bishop g4, king h8, if I remember correctly the order of moves, queen d1, and now I'm preparing to play bishop f3. If instead of bishop g4, if I play queen d1 immediately, then black plays queen c6, and I'm not able to play bishop f3 comfortably. And so I played bishop g4, king h8, queen d1. And the reason for this is that now he plays queen c6, and I planned this move bishop f5. And now if he takes on g2, I play queen h5, and mate is coming. So he played rook g8. I played g3, and now he played the move bishop g2. I expected the move bishop f3 actually, but maybe the moves are about equally strong. After bishop f3, queen b1, and then bishop g2. No. Then rook e8. And now if I take on h7, I need to look out for moves like bishop g2 at some point. Okay, that's would be another story. But he played bishop g2, and now I prepared. This wasn't a surprise. I played queen h5, rook g7, and bishop d7, just to deflect his queen from the defense of the bishop. He played queen d5. He has to exchange the queens now. Queen takes d5, bishop takes d5. And when we entered into this endgame, I was somewhat optimistic because I have control of the open file and his pawns are a little bit weak. But on the other hand, the bishop on d5 is extremely strong. And, well, in the next few moves, I wasn't able to prove any advantage. I played rook e7. Well, I also considered a plan with bishop h3, just to exchange the bishop on d5. But probably it would also be somewhat drawish. Rook e7, b5, and black will probably liquidate most of the pawns on the queen side. So in the game I played rook e7. He played b5, and well, once again I could consider bishop h3, but I decided to play a4. But there was something which I missed. He played rook g8. It's very clever defense. I took, bishop takes. He played rook b8. I played bishop d7. And, well, if he plays, for example, rook b3, rook e3, rook a3, rook c1, and everything is protected, and slowly I will play like this, and, well, I have chances to win. But instead of that, he played rook b7, and the point is that after rook e8 takes, bishop takes, my bishop is kind of short of squares, because still this bishop on d5 is a very strong piece. He played rook e7, I played bishop b5, I think we repeated once or twice. I think I played bishop a4, and now if I run to c2, he plays rook a3, and I can't defend the pawn. And also if I run to d1, he plays rook a3, and I still can't defend the pawn because my bishop is blocking. So he's attacking my bishop forever. If I play rook b1, he will play bishop c6 and win some material. So in the end, I played bishop a6. And now he found another nice idea: rook b3, rook c1, and then bishop e6. And he's kind of almost trapping the bishop, because if he plays rook b6, I will have to defend, and then we can repeat. So I played king f1. He played rook b6, rook a1, rook b3, and now, well, there are many ways to draw the game. After rook c1, we could repeat moves. I played bishop c8 just to do something different. Bishop takes c8, rook a8. Well, he took. Rook takes c8, king here, d5, and well, now it's just a dead draw. So, yeah, it was quite an interesting game, but probably balanced from start to finish. So, yeah.